Ciao, mi gente. I am here today in the lovely Cerchio in a beautiful spot that I chose. You can see some weeping willows behind me. Very beautiful. And I wanted to talk today about healing, and this is only my I think it's my third video. And I don't make videos often. This is something new to me, but and I only want to talk and make videos when it's something important where I know that I need to talk more so that people feel my energy more than me writing, which I still feel like people feel my energy through my writing, but I have recently been led to do videos, so especially here. I chose this spot because it's very beautiful. I found it just the other day. It's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at that. Don't you see the sun ray coming in? Oh, it's beautiful. I just feel a beautiful energy here. So, with no further ado, I'm going to read some stuff to you. It's what I wrote. I wrote it last night, and I wrote it from my heart, but I wanted to make a video explaining and talking to you guys. And forgive me if the video shakes, stuff like that. My arm is probably going to get tired, and I am using my phone still. So, here I go. So like I said, I wanted to talk to you guys today about healing. This word, it sounds so simple because it sounds like just a simple noun, one noun. But when you really look at healing, the word, and what it means and what it is, it's actually quite complex. There's more facets to it. There's healing of the mind, there's healing of the body, there's healing of the heart, and there's healing of the spirit. I have been on a healing journey for a while now. Some of you may know because some of you might actually follow my blog. And in subtle ways, I have been writing about my healing. Sometimes it's not very blunt. And in the beginning, when I started my journey, it was more of my own self-expression than anybody really understanding what my expression meant. But I have been more forward and open about my journey. And my healing journey, it started in about October or November of 2011. And this was a very important year for a lot of people. This was the year of drastic change for many of us. Many of us were snapped awake. It was a great year for many of us, and I know that some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. That will resonate with many of you. But even though I had the seed of desire to start my healing journey in 2011, I wasn't able to actually start my healing that year because of where I was at. I was not able to focus on it until January of last year, 2012. I had to first break away from the person that I was with in order to be able to focus on myself, and I had to go home. And the only place I could think of that was home was where my parents were, where they lived. And so I moved back to a small town, city, whatever you want to call it, called Jeffersonville, Indiana, in southern Indiana, okay? I was in a very stressful relationship, like a roller coaster, drastic relationship, for a little over 2.5 years. And it took a toll on every inch of me, mentally, physically, emotionally, and definitely spiritually. Definitely, yes, it was an abusive relationship. It definitely was. And one day, I hope to cover this topic because it is very, very important, and I feel like this is something I have to cover. I have to talk about. I really hope that I can help at least one person. I hope I can help more than that. But I really feel like I need to share my experiences and share some stories and talk about healing and talk more in depth about the topic, because there's a lot to talk about when we talk about abuse and the reason behind it, and people who have gone through things like that understand one another. Certain emotions, or I'll save it for another day. Okay, so 1 year ago, I honestly would not have been able to sit here and say, yes, I was in an abusive relationship. But the grand thing of it all is that I have come very far in my journey to sit here and say with 100% confidence that I have no pain, I have no anger, I have no regret. As crazy as that sounds, I have no regret at all. I don't. So, now, I want to say that I have emotionally and mentally healed from this experience, but I cannot say for certain that I have spiritually and physically healed from this journey. I hope I just said that right. Yes, I did. Emotionally and mentally healed, spiritually, physically, not quite. And that's not technically bad, but I'm about to discuss this with you, why I think this, okay? I believe this because stress and trauma can create, and do create, and I do believe it has created energy blockages in my body and within my chakras. With saying this to you guys, this is a nice segue to talk about how this year, in the year of 2013, I began a physical healing journey, which I hope I talked about this in my blog, and I may not have yet. I haven't quite been able to touch on some things yet, but I will. I believe that spiritual ailments and energy blockages manifest into physical ailments. So last year, I focused on healing my heart and my mind, and focused on finding my path and my spiritual truth. Now that I have a strong foundation, I felt led to focus on my body this year, all about my body and healing it. If you read or have read my skin healing journey posts, you will see that last August, I became a full vegetarian, and I can provide the links below for you guys. So my body, out of nowhere, just one day said, hey, no more chicken. And literally I went to eat a piece of chicken at work and gagged. Literally put it to my mouth and tried it again. So I thought I was sick. So I tried chicken the next day. Couldn't do it. I tried food again. That week my body could only take salad and soup. And ever since then, when I tried to eat chicken, could not. Like, my body rejected it. I would gag every time. So I became a vegetarian. I do still eat fish, though. So, I think I just lost my spot, guys. So I drastically changed the food I ate, and I also tweaked it a little bit in the beginning of this year in January when I decided to do a Daniel fast. I felt led to do this fast, and that is also mentioned in my second skin healing journey post, I believe, which I will provide that link as well. My intuition was telling me that this fast was going to be a grand detox to help flesh out my body and prepare me for my physical healing journey this year. And after this fast, and I became very faithful and very dedicated to my clean eating, and it came without much effort, because the food I was eating was making me feel so fantastic and so healthy, and I could feel a difference. I really loved it, and I didn't want anything else. You know, when you find something that fits you, you realize that it really benefits you in so many ways, and that's what happened with this. After I became very accustomed to my way of eating, I decided to begin working out. And I started doing that in March of this year. And I can honestly say that I became addicted to working out. I started lifting weights, and I've never done that before. I began using Jamie Eason's Live Fit Trainer, and it's free. It's online, and it's fantastic. And I can provide that link for you as well. And it's like a 3-month regimen, I think. And I'm telling you, from a person who has never gone to a gym to work out religiously or faithfully or lifted weights, I'm here to tell you it is fantastic. It is easy. It's everything is there for you to prepare, for you to understand, and for you to learn, and for you to continue. And I loved it. And then you just gradually make the workout harder, but you're going to love it because your body's going to want more challenge. Trust me. It was amazing, and it's been amazing. I have not been able to work out like I would like here in Europe because of the travel, but I believe that the workout that I started within those 3 months prepared me to be here, and also helped me learn about my body, which is so important. I learned so much about my body and my natural, what's the word I'm looking for? My natural stature, my curves, and it helped me learn what works for me and how to complement what's already there. And it's just a fantastic thing because you learn so much about your body, your muscles, and you learn how to be able to make your body into what you want. You honestly can, and it's amazing. It really is. And a lot of people who really get into weightlifting, they all say they get addicted. I mean, it's really addicting, and it's really fun. I started going like every day, you know, and I loved it. I absolutely love it. And I honestly have to say I do miss it. But here in Europe, I can walk more, and I do some things at the home, you know, like Hindu crunches, push-ups, and if I have weights, like curls and things like that. But I don't want to bore you guys with gym talk too much, but that was just me going into telling you how I was starting to focus on different facets of my physical healing journey. There was the food, the diet change, there was flushing out my body, and there was working out. And now that I'm here in Europe and I'm around some really great food free from GMOs, pesticide, I mean, you name it, and it's really great food. But because I am in Italy now, I started to enjoy wine. And I wasn't drinking alcohol when I began my fast in January, and when I cleaned up my diet after that. And when I came here, of course, I'm in Italy, duh, so I started to enjoy the wine, and that caused me to have more skin issues. And on top of that, I knew that even though I've done the diet, or the clean eating, I don't want to call it a diet, it's not a diet. I changed my eating. I incorporated physical workouts. Still, I was having some issues with my body. Certain pains. Oh, I also included yoga. I did, and I love that. Bikram yoga, and I would suggest that to anybody. But even after all that, I was seeing some things here and there, feeling certain things within my body, even though I felt amazing, a lot better. I noticed there were still some things that needed to be worked on, specifically my liver. My liver is still not working properly, and I mentioned that in my second healing journey. And if I didn't, it will be included in my third post for my skin healing journey. And I know that my liver is not working properly because of certain things that I will feel after certain things I eat, or I'm honestly still having some skin issues. So I know that it's not 100% better. So, with that said, I knew that I needed a way to focus on my body and figure out a way to clean and cleanse and detox my body and certain organs. And I'm honestly tired of taking pills. When I was a young kid, well into high school, I was a very sick kid. Chronic asthma, chronic sinusitis. I had to have my tonsils removed, my adenoids removed. I was hospitalized a lot. I was always taking some kind of medicine, some kind of pill, some kind of inhaler, some kind of antibiotic, which, by the way, all of that really messed up my body. So on top of trying to heal from a very traumatic relationship, I am trying to cleanse my body from all the junk that was given to me by modern medicine. Thanks. So yeah. So with that said, I'm so sick and tired of taking capsules and pills. So I did not want herbal pills, which I'm not knocking that. It really does work. I have detoxed before with herbs and they work wonderfully. So I still encourage people to take that. But for me, I wanted something different, a different approach. And that is how I felt led to focus on my chakras and how I became interested in looking up yoga schools and more recently angel therapy. And I did find a school in India that I'm hoping I can attend, and I hope I can attend this school next year, hopefully. We'll see how life goes and where it takes me. But for now, right now I'm here, and I've been led to focus on angel therapy with Charles Virtue. So here I am now in Italy, only 4 days away from joining a group of wonderful women in Rome to learn from the Charles Virtue, who is the son of Doreen Virtue. And if you don't know who they are, I can provide links. I can provide some posts I have written from my blog about this trip I'm going on and these classes and courses I am taking. I am speechless. I'm really speechless because I came to Europe with a total different agenda to work on the travel project called Soul Stories. And I knew that my healing journey wasn't going to be put on hold while I did this travel journey. I knew I was going to be focusing on that while I worked on something, you know, that I'm passionate about, writing and travel, and for my career. But this turned into something completely different. I've been led to come to this beautiful small village called Cerchio, and led to meet Charles Virtue and go on this retreat with some very beautiful and talented women. I know that it is possible that I could have all my questions answered by him and these courses and these women I will be around, but there's also a possibility that I won't. But I know that I will learn and find out what I need to know in this specific moment for myself, and that is very satisfying, and I am very excited because this is not only going to help me with my healing process, this is going to help me with my gifts and help me understand my intuitive gifts that I have, because I have tons of questions. So I know that no matter what, I am still going to go to yoga school, whenever that is. But for now, whatever comes to me, I know that this is for my highest good in the moment that I am in. So in the moment I am in, I am here, and I am about to go on this retreat for 12 days and learn about angel therapy and get certified. So I'm really excited about this. So with all of this said, the main thing is that I want you to see that healing doesn't happen overnight. As you can see, it took me a year to spiritually and emotionally, spiritually for the most part, I want to get that across, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally heal. And it took me that whole year to get myself back to home, the heart, and to understand myself and to have a very strong spiritual foundation. And that was very important. And now that I have that core, that foundation, I am now able to focus on my body. And as you can see, I am now in September and still focusing on my body. It's not going to happen overnight. Anybody who works out, if you want a transformation, that does not come drastically within a month. Not really. You have to focus and work and be dedicated, and within time you see change. And since I am doing a very drastic change and cleanse within myself, it's going to take some time, and I am in no rush. I am loving every second of this. I am loving every moment of it, because everything is very beautiful and has led me to some very beautiful places. Physically, but also spiritually, and has led me to some very beautiful people as well. So this video was just to share my personal account of my healing journey, and mostly to inspire someone and to show you that healing is not going to happen overnight, but it does happen. and it's magical. And I personally encourage every single one of you to take time to focus on yourself and see where you need healing in your life. We are all from different backgrounds, and we have had very different experiences, but we're all going to have different paces. So don't ever compare yourself to someone else. Don't compare yourself to where somebody else is at, or the results that they have had, or the blessings they have had, because we're all different and we're all going somewhere and we're all on our own path. But we are all here to encourage one another and inspire one another, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to share my stories, and I'm here to share my love, and I hope that I inspire someone. I hope that I help someone. I really do. And that's why I'm doing this. With that said, I just want to say buongiorno, blessings, love and light. And if you have any questions, write me. People should write me. I love people, and I love talking, and I love helping. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Love you. Namaste. Ciao.